For person. Oh,
I have
shit.
returned.
Not how to make nuclear material.
What? No material. No. Psh. That's on a different window.
Sneaky, what kind of gnome-based murder are you committing now?
You got gnomed. Anyway. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get started for the night. What's up with Sign?
He was here, and then he put himself on mute.
Oh, I see. He didn't want us to hear him jacking off. How considerate.
Yeah, I mean, hey, at least it's better than Trios going on a fucking 8-hour fuck spree and leaving the mic open.
You know what? That's a true based and fair point. Yes.
Oh dear.
That's not a joke either. I wish it was.
Yeah, he just left in the middle of a Left 4 Dead game and was like, to proceed to have sex in the background. Which, I mean, fair enough, but still, could have at least, like, turned the mic off or something.
No, listen. It's the most accidental alpha move possible.
Yeah, never let him hear you say that.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
won't.
tonight, let's see, we got Atin here, which means we can do Harry Potter. Yeah, let's do some Harry Potter.
I don't give a fuck about Harry
I know,
Potter.
But Max gives even less of a fuck about Harry Potter. And then I don't get any funny commentary.
I see.
Oh god. Why is that what it opens with? Okay.
Is it porn?
No.
Is it porn adjacent?
Yes. Cloaked Heart. Quirinius Quirrell survives Harry Potter's vicious attack, though his memory is obliviated. Dumbledore requests that his friend, Delilah Raywood, an OC, be his support human as he heals through the summer before returning as the Muggle Studies teacher. Delilah struggles to learn how to trust again, but is surprised when she begins to develop feelings for him, though new threats emerge. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Whatever.
Someone legitimately looked at Quirrell and said, "Oh boy, I am horny for him."
Extraordinarily so.
Right. So what's the first story?
A horny
OC fucks
woman.
Quirrell.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Ugh. By Sigmar, unfortunately.
Oh, so, by the way, nice Ranma chapter. But I have to question, are you, like, genuinely interested in Ranma, or were you just hired to write a Ranma story, so you did? I see. Unfortunate. Unfortunate news that your cat has died and you have to go have sex with its corpse.
That's,
What the fuck?
Sneaky's making things up again.
Did no one else hear Sign say that?
Gonna go with no, Sneaky.
Oh.
None of us did.
Weird.
How about not?
Weird.
Weird that you went there, really.
That's, I don't know, I guess that's some sort of weird audio glitch, I guess. Let's see, the next story we got here. It Runs in the Family by Ghostwriter71. Are you a real ghostwriter, Ghostwriter? I am an incredibly boring person. Don't ask how boring I am. I have a love-hate relationship. I hate with Twilight. I mostly hate it, though I do love the song Twilight of the Thunder God and the original Twilight Zone series. What? I have an original novel out.
What?
Oh no. 23 stories for Twilight and Harry Potter?
So, yeet them off the face of the earth.
They're a Christian. They're quoting Tolkien. So it doesn't look like they're actually a ghostwriter. And all of their Harry Potter stories look pretty cringe.
Just like them.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep, and here's the Twilight stories. Yep. This is all pretty cringe. Cool. Anyway, Andromeda never married Ted because he lied to her. Bellatrix had a rare moment of conscience, and her loyalty just totally shifted. Lucius...
Because that implies that she has a conscience to begin with.
Well, that also applies that, hoes be loyal. So, it is quite the difficult, scale to balance here. On one side, we have hoes be loyal, and on the other side, we have women who have a conscience. So I'm not really sure which side to take on that one. Lucius's attempt at staying out of Azkaban failed, and it forced his previously unnamed younger brother to show up and lead the Malfoy house. Draco's upbringing was changed because of this. I'm sure we're all shocked by such information. And throughout it all, Narcissica remained the one constant. Featuring a story
What,
of...
the one constant asshole?
I'm not sure. I think I think they're saying that Narcissica was the only person that did not change from canon.
I guess being a consistent asshole is technically consistency.
I mean, they weren't really an asshole though. They just didn't really even exist at all until like the final movie / book, where they like showed up, and Harry's like, "I've saved your son." She's like, "Oh, cool. I'm just gonna go lie to the Dark Lord right now." Just casually, yeah. Hoes ain't loyal.
This being that I possess immense terror of, I'ma just lie to him.
Yeah, casually lie to him. Hoes ain't
To
loyal.
be fair, you don't want to like nervously lie to him. He'll definitely catch that.
I don't know. He seems like the kind of person that if you weren't nervous in his presence, that means you didn't fear him enough, and therefore he has to kill you.
You could be a threat to my power. Be gone.
So speaking of which, that just
You're not
reminded me
cowering
of
24/7, therefore you must die.
yeah, that just reminded me of a story from The Office today. So get a password reset requested, and I'm like, all right, no problem. I'm like, okay, so you forgot your password? They're like, yeah, I had to change to a new email app, and I don't know what my password was. I'm like, oh, did you like just lose it or something? And they're like, oh no, I never wrote it down when I was onboarded 3 years ago.
I mean, that sometimes happens.
Yeah, and then I had a second person who had never changed their password in over 13 years and never
Holy shit.
remembered it. And then they were just
How'd they get away with that?
They're like really high up in the company.
But like, there's no like, it's been 10 years. You should probably change your password.
No.
I see.
What you have to realize is that in the field of IT, there is always going to be really simple solutions, and the customer never wants the simple solution. For example, we had a problem with people logging in to Outlook due to Microsoft just randomly, 10 days ago, Microsoft was just turned off basic authentication. They just turned it off.
That's unfortunate.
So everything that uses basic authentication no longer can run. Period. Which, because, moving at the speed of business plus old people equals no one wants to update to the new version of Outlook ever. And so all of these, like, old versions of Outlook from, like, a decade and a half ago stopped working. And everyone was really angry about it. And we're like, well, we have this new version of Outlook that works. And they're like, no, we want the version of Outlook we're currently using. And it's like, well, we can't make that work. That's not how that works. Can't do that.
I mean, you tell the very nice people that you're not going to make their shit work anymore.
Well, we had to. We literally couldn't. Microsoft turned off the service.
I understand, but you were expecting people to be intelligent.
Yeah, I know, but blaming Microsoft actually calmed them down a lot. Just being like, oh, you know how Microsoft is, and they're like, yeah. Like, oh, you know how Outlook is, and they're like, yeah.
It's trash.
Shifting blame is always a completely valid tactic. Sign says that he enjoyed the Ranma manga, which is coolio. Yeah, the Ranma anime was actually kind of garbage. But anyway, so that leads up to this story is where some people had it on their phones. And they had it on their, iPhone Apple Mail thing instead of like the Outlook app. And I was like, well, the solution normally here is to go to the Outlook app and sign in. They're like, oh, but I don't want to use another app for my email. I'm like, I understand.
But at the same time, you kind of have to.
But you're not giving me a lot to work with here. Anyway. Dead Pond. Son of Voldemort and Bellatrix. Mortimer was content in his own little world. That is until an old man with the shiniest of eyes appears. Now he has to adapt into this new and strange world with no one to really guide him. Mortimer must now navigate his way and find his own footing. Hopefully the year goes smooth. Not great at summaries!
Thank you for being honest, author.
Still not interested in his story.
I mean, yes, but I don't know, dude.
Yeah, I don't know why your mic wouldn't be working. That's weird, man. That's weird. When the moms meet. With the upcoming wedding between her brother Bill and her soon-to-be Flem-in-law, Ginny. Wait. Okay. Ginny finds herself trapped into participating in the expected tradition of the meeting of the moms. So, like it or not, she's going to have lunch with the Declores. Oh, joy! Written well before HD. HD. Do they mean Deathly Hollows?
Probably.
Must be. What else could it be?
I don't know.
Like I'm like just directing them to HD. There's no HD really.
Yeah, there's no HD. All right, author. No spoilers exist in this story. This story is an AU. I mean, I'm just looking at the fact that it was published an hour ago, and you're claiming that you wrote this before HD, whatever that is.
I guess they might be trying to make the
Oh,
excuse they
God.
wrote this
Fucking
long
hell.
before and never posted it.
Everyone's favorite fucked up individual, Mega Matt. His story, The Breeding Ground. The story about Harry Potter fucking a bunch of women from a bunch of fandoms. It's now 1.5 million words. It has 2,000 reviews, 5,000 favorites, and nearly 4,000 follows.
I'm pretty sure it has more on AO3.
Maybe. I couldn't care. The Guile of the Traveler. After being hit by the killing curse, Harry finds herself in a limbo that looks like King's Crossing. Deciding that the remnant of Voldemort's soul does deserve a chance at redemption, Harry finds herself in London,
Oh god.
1944. However, Harry soon makes a name for herself and discovers that adventure and drama followed her everywhere, including into the past. Harry Potter fucks Tom Riddle and a third person.
Yeah.
Who left?
Yeah, no, leaving is
Oh.
a totally appropriate response to that.
Yeah, no. Perfectly valid.
Sign is desperately trying to get his mic working.
I don't think it's working.
I don't think it's working either.
I mean, so almost 60 chapters, roughly 10... Hold on, I can do this. It's like, what, 13,000 words per chapter?
It's okay, you can word, we believe in you.
Yeah. Paul, see, thanks for that, Ghost Cyrus. Oh, okay, so instantly just a girl. Is this like a gender swapped Harry Potter or always a girl Harry Potter? Looked down at herself. She was girl. Blah blah blah. Blah blah. Yeah, no, just casually always was girl. Cringe.
Named Harry?
Yeah. Also, basically her entire life was the exact same.
Because being a girl wouldn't change anything.
Yeah, no, being a girl wouldn't change anything at all ever in any story.
I don't know why you would think such a thing.
Yeah.
Especially with an abusive family or anything like that. Nah.
No. Especially not when you're entering a society that is incredibly sexist and deterministic about its positions in the hierarchy of society. Being a girl wouldn't change anything at all, except all the things being a girl would change. My brother's child. George mistakenly blew it and announced to his entire family and their friends that Fred's girlfriend was pregnant. Nevertheless, he has now decided he would like to raise his brother's child and provide for OC. However, OC self-insert isn't exactly seeing things his way. How can he convince OC self-insert to marry him? Will she? Whatever
What?
will his family do, and what will his friends think? What? What's the problem?
Did I hear that right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
How
you
can he
did.
convince her to marry him?
Yeah.
Very carefully.
Oh, good lord.
I mean, I'm honestly more confused by the fact that you can be madly in love with one of the brothers and then not even remotely interested in the other, because they quite literally
They are
are.
literally twins.
Well, I mean, yes, there's that, but they are quite literally written the same. The author, J.K. Rowling, goes out of her way to write them as having the same hobbies, the same interests, the same, patterns of thought, this literally the same everything. And the only thing they differed on was one of them was better at potions than the other, and that was only because one of them had to do the potions. So he drew the short straw, so he just got better at potions because he was the one doing the potions. That's
I've stumbled back into some kind of Weasley-based debate.
yeah. Basically, this author is trying to write a Mexican soap opera drama where George announces that Fred's self-insert OC girlfriend was pregnant, and now he has to convince self-insert OC girlfriend who is pregnant to marry him so he can raise his brother's child. Which, technically speaking, is actually also his child because they were identical twins.
Well, on a genetic level, yeah.
Yeah.
Yells in Spanish.
Now, bro, when you think about it, we're identical. So technically, your wife is already my wife.
We operate under a state of communism here. When you
Our
say
wife.
your wife, I say our wife.
Then it's
Right.
our child. No. I wouldn't rob you of the joys of fatherhood.
I'll just make my own. Don't worry about it. I'll be taking our wife to bed now. Yeah. No, they actually amusingly they did a study on what happens if identical twins have sex with identical twins and reproduce. The
what
answer
happens?
is more identical twins get born.
Ah, yes, the Horatio problem.
And even when the kids weren't twins, they ended up being effectively twins on a genetic level due to how low the genetic variance was between them.
So then, the ultimate Habsburg family tree would involve an identical twin with an identical twin who then made children who then had sex with each other, right? That's the ultimate Habsburg family circle.
Effectively, yes.
I don't even know if that's a circle. That's more just like a square.
It's more like an Ouroboros.
Well, I mean, an Ouroboros is a circle, Sneaky.
Not at all.
It's a serpent biting its own tail.
Usually it's twisted into like an 8.
Okay,
figure.
yes, that's fair. That's fair.
Okay, it's still roughly circular.
Semantics. Moving on.
I was gonna say some words, and I'm like, no.
Good job,
no.
Sneaky. I believe I can intuit what words you were saying, and I can say, good job keeping your fucking mouth shut, you degenerate.
Please do so more often.
No.
I request that you open your mouth more in the presence of Nose, that you might drive him to insanity.
I'm already
Joke's
working on
on
that,
you.
don't worry.
I'm already insane because I have to play Dodo.
Oh!
Have
Yo, I
to.
just want to take a moment I have become a Warhammer dealer
Oh,
because I got a friend who came down to see us. I to be fair, I gave her first bump free. I gave her the Nuns with Guns starter set.
I don't know what
I
you
was-
did sign, but you had it working earlier and then you broke it again. Stay! Cyrus is released from Azkaban, once more a free man, to find there is nothing left of his old family. Mooney moved on. Harry
You know,
has
they should have
found
called it
new
something like
parents.
Alakazam.
Alakablam.
Bippity boppity boo.
I mean, isn't it based off of Alcatraz Island?
I mean, there's a lot of places based off Alcatraz.
Are you saying that Al Capone was a wizard?
What?
Anyway, I'm sorry. The thing that I wanted to brag about was I've successfully gotten Nose's father to start on the plastic crack.
Honestly,
And you know what the best part is? Nose's dad is going to be better at 40k than Nose.
probably.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, I believe it.
He hasn't even started, and you're saying he's gonna be better than me. Reminder: I had a better fucking record than you did.
That is correct. You also ran into you are also working with a 9th edition codex.
A 9th edition codex. That
It
isn't
might
as
be a
good as-
shit 9th edition codex, but it's a
Gonna
9th
say.
edition codex, which I don't even have.
Yeah. Anyway. Harry found
I
new
can
parents in
directly
the
point
form of
out-
his aunt and uncle, and does not even remember his godfather. Following a desperate need to make up for lost time, he goes looking for a purpose and promptly finds something he doesn't expect. A family drama story. I don't think I can be fucked to read a drama story, I'm gonna be honest. Grafny Greengrass attends Hogwarts as just a regular Slytherin student. But then she befriends a certain Harry Potter, and her life stops being normal. Daphne times Harry times Ginny, much later on, canon pairings besides heavy stations of canon. So I'm literally just going to write canon and just pretend like having a Slytherin with Harry all the time changes nothing.
I don't see why it would change. What are you, some kind of houseist?
Yes.
No, that's Ron.
I mean, to be fair, Ron's right, but
Anyway. Are you sure? The Daily Prophet is full of bad news. Everyone is tense and worried, and on top of all of that, the 7th years have piles of homework and the newts to worry about. The Marauders get through it together with the help of some mischief, fire whiskey, and a dramatic outburst or two. Honestly, you know, I've never really understood writing Marauder era stuff. Like, I get it, it's another cast of characters you can explore the world with, but, like, I don't know, it's like trying to write, like, you know, Warhammer 20k stuff. God forbid Games Workshop tries to do it. Because, like, things can't go to shit, because otherwise Warhammer 30k and 40k wouldn't happen.
I mean, if you go all the way back to 20k, you can have things go to shit.
Really?
Yes.
You have multiple campaigns where shit hits the fan.
But yeah, so for 20k, you can.
Well, no, I mean, like, you can't have shit like, oh, the Eye of the Warp tore open a new hole, splitting the galaxy in half. Like, you can't.
To be fair, you can't have that in 30 either.
Well, that's sort of my point. Where
30k, I definitely don't understand because there's only People are going to fall. They're going to fall to chaos. That is all you can do.
Like, there's no way you can say, like, oh, spoilers. It's like, no, everyone knows what's going to happen.
Yeah. Anyway. 13 years of lies. At the end of the Battle of Hogwarts, Harry has hidden truth to reveal to everyone who think him Golden Boy. Yeah. Gonna edge your aneurysm.
What the fuck?
What?
What did I just hear?
What?
You.
What?
I'm not repeating that.
Well, that's not my problem now, is it?
Oh boy, ads.
Oh, it's ad time? Really?
I'm just getting ads.
Huh. They switched it to every 30 minutes, I guess. Damn. That's rough, bro. So anyway, third person point of view. Harry and Voldemort are both pointing their wand at each other, and everyone around them has stopped to see what's going to happen.
They're pointing their wands at each other. No, Miss Granger, that isn't a euphemism.
Isn't she from Australia or something?
No.
I remember reading a throw. Oh wait, no, her family moved to Australia to get away
Are
from.
you fucking high?
I remember
Yes?
there being a line where something he was talking about Australia. I don't remember exactly what it was.
You have lost, Harry Potter. Nothing is going to save you now, Riddle said. I have Elder Wand. No, Tom, you forgot one thing I thought was dead. Look behind you, Harry said. Just as Harry said that, someone in Plague Doctor mask comes from behind and hits Voldemort in the head with a guitar.
What
What the fuck?
goddamn fuck?
And
Am I
bound him
high?
in rope. Just then, half of crowd mixed split Death Eater, not turning on other half, and stunned. and stunned them all, including somehow alive at this point. Dumbledore bound them in ropes and marched more like Drigged in them all to Great Hall. Freed, Remus, you two can stop playing dead, and Cyrus, the prank to everyone else, can now come out of clock. Harry said.
Yes,
Draco,
Cyrus, come out of the clock. It's what wizards call the closet.
Draco, how many losses and injuries do we have? Draco, who was helping wounded, replied, 10 of our own loss, 13 with injury, one of them fatal. We are making him comfortable. All fatalities of older magic user in a cause. Okay, we then lost thought. Hodson, can you take mask off and we call you real name now? Harry said. Mask, yes, name not yet, once still to be secret until I come into story. Hodson said. Oh, could I just go and grab one of my face huggers? Okay, go and do so. When Hodson left, Harry added, I still don't know how he finds them to be cute. After a few minutes of more reports, I am ready to wake them, but don't release them, Harry ordered. As prisoners were woken, Ron was first to speak. George, help us, you're on our side. What?
What the fuck?
What?
I'm not nearly high enough for this.
The author's on something and I want a piece.
Yeah.
Pretend shitposting is still indeed shitposting, yes. No can do, brother o' mine. Then Dumbledore shouted, "Calmly! Harry, my boy, why did you do this?" And how come I fell to Muggle guitar hitting me in head? Maybe because you didn't check my body when you thought I died. Now shut up before I send him on you. Hodson said, pointing to Facehugger. Yes, from the Alien movie. But it's also like a mix of the Facehugger and a normal alien in the film.
Okay, but why? I feel like I have to ask this question so much.
Yeah. And if he is you, will die is painful death of another one of them popping out of chest. Harry cut in with, I will explain all this, but it long story, and you have all been lied for 13 years. And I had my own plans. Let's start flashback, shall we? Theo, activate the flashback spell! Just as Harry said that, large screen appeared in room and memories start playing.
This is cringe. This is just cringe.
The Dearly were sat around table eating meal, and for once they had Harry there as well, but only for one thing, because social services had been doing street inspection, so they make it look like they are caring for both kids they are taking care of, not knowing it was April Fool's joke taken seriously. Knock,
I don't
knock.
think we need to finish this. This is...
Fuck
Can
you.
Can we read any? Fuck, dude, I will read anything else. Like shit, I don't care. I don't care what level of degenerate porn filth it is. It'll be better than this.
Okay, read signs.
But
Shit, which one is that?
But don't you want to find out why Harry are alive for 13 years?
No.
No, I have no particular desire to discover that information. Thank you.
As a matter of fact,
Yeah.
I think not discovering anything about this story would make my life that much better.
Actually, sign, could you link, fuck, what's the title? Predatory?
Sign, just
No,
remember,
holy
we
shit.
can and will ban you.
We are not having Atin read Predatory on stream.
Oh, shit.
That is not fucking happening.
Because
No,
you
not
don't want to hear
on
me read
stream.
it? You don't want to hear
Not
me
on
read?
stream.
No, I don't want you to get us banned from Twitch.
Okay, how many N-words did this man put in there?
Predatory is a story about Vista from the wards in the fucking series Worm, about how she gets the tentacle parasite venom and proceeds to tentacle rape and turn the entirety of Worm into a hentai.
Hey, that's fucking weird, bro.
Yes.
Well, that's not racism, but that is not Twitch compliant.
Yes.
It's a bit worse than I thought.
Did you not even look at the story?
I have not read it.
To be fair, he values his life.
No, he doesn't. Go and answer the door, Harry, Vernon said in clam voice.
Clam
Yes.
voice, eh?
Yeah, he turned into a clam. Yes,
I
Uncle.
mean, don't you just turn into a fucking clam, mate?
Yeah, don't you clam out?
Something,
the
something,
actual fuck
clams, something, something, women, something, something, we've been banned from Twitch.
Yes. And Harry went to answer the door. There were middle-aged women at door. Hello, would this be home of Dursley? Yes, it would be, Vernon said, coming to door. Why do you ask? I'm here for Harry Potter. Don't tell me he's not here. Vernon thought
he
for a
opened
moment.
the fucking door.
What about old man with beard? Will he come after us? No, he's leaving you alone for the 5 years. Enough time for your family to run. Now come along, Mr. Potter. Well, go, boy, go! And with that, Harry left without an ally where woman disappeared. Harry, over here, voice called out. Harry turned around, and behind him was one of his classmates, Miles Hodson Prowler Black.
The what and the who now? The what and the who? Please stop screaming in pain.
I do not believe he can.
Come on, we got to go to my human copy has faded. You're out now that place. Come on, this way is where we will be staying for a while.
Were those words?
Yeah. This is the start of what I will try to make my best story yet. Oh no! So this will be less updated, but have a higher quality than my normal work.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
He breathes
Unfortunately
in.
for you, we can.
Yes!
This is gonna be a higher quality than my normal work.
I appreciate that Sneaky's voice is breaking like his sanity.
I mean, it
At
was
some
all
point, we have to wonder, at what point should we stop?
never.
Never.
I don't know where this story is going. All I know is that Harry is going to pretend to be dumbass Door's side until the end, and then final ship is with him and another OC, and other things will happen beforehand. I really appreciate it if you will leave your opinions. And yes, I started writing this. I had been reintroduced to Sonic. And that's why my OC is named Hotson.
Oh no.
Jesus Christ. Sneaky, what have you found this time?
We
Have you not been
discovered the
listening?
autism.
That's okay.
Audio's
it's-
been fucked up.
That's fair.
It's okay. It can't hurt you anymore. We're done.
Oh, thank God.
Speaking
I think
of
Tip's talking about predatory.
black people, can Wildbow ever write a good black character? No.
No.
A Wildbow, right? A good character.
No, hold on. Wildbow has written several good characters, just none of them are black.
Well, Coil was good and then he race swapped him, so. But, you know, transitive properties, kinda.
Fair. Fair. Yeah. Yeah. So I tried writing a worm story one time, Sign.
I'm sorry.
How'd that go?
Yeah.
Ah, it was miserable because we just learned about things like the forced whatever the forced gay thing
The
was or
forced
whatever.
gay, yeah, the fuck, marry, kill that ignores your sexual preferences and drives you to fuck, marry, or kill everyone else in the cluster trigger.
Oof.
Yeah.
And that's what you wrote.
God, no.
No.
Well, we found out about that and went, fuck that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We were originally going to do a cluster trigger for just the purpose of having everyone be somewhat of a grab bag, and so we could all share the same themes. But then we learned about the rest of the grab bag stuff, and we were like, yeah, fuck that shit.
Well, there's already an entire cluster trigger of exactly that, canonically, I think.
Oh, I know. Anyway, in this story I was writing, I was going to have my character basically, everything that was going to happen, it was going to be based on me if I was in Worm the whole time. Like, I'm not being isekai'd, I'm not waking up and, being in Worm. It was, I was born on Earthbet, I got raised on Earthbet, and I don't know anything else besides Earthbet. How
Did you
would
have
my
a less
life go?
shitty family than reality?
No, they died to drug deal gone wrong, all getting shot.
No meta knowledge?
No meta knowledge.
Okay, so self insert without actually being an isekai.
Yes.
And how did that go?
Well, I
Smooth as
got
curtains.
away with saying the hard R while referring to Sophia in the first chapter.
Woo!
And my character also recruited 2 Nazis to go kick the shit out of her. And then I did in the first chapter.
Where did you get banned from for writing this?
I didn't.
Bullshit.
I posted it to Space Battles and Sufficient Velocity, and I didn't get
Oh.
banned from either site.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, I don't know how I got away with that.
Considering they tried to ban me for saying that crime has racial statistics, yeah, no.
Yeah, so basically the what it's sort of I sort of based everything that was happening before Worm Canon to be for my character to be based off of somewhat of my life, because I was actually born in Camden. Fun fact, Camden, New Jersey, the murder place where we didn't have police for a year.
Oof.
Yeah. Yeah, two-thirds of the police force. So 1/3 of the police force got killed, and so another 1/3 abandoned, and another 1/3 didn't show up for like a couple months, and so like the National Guard had to be called in so they could do policing.
It sounds like they needed more than a National Guard, and they needed a little more than quote-unquote policing.
Yeah, but how in the fuck did the E88 not care about Sophia abusing Taylor for a year and a half again? Well, most of the fandom tries to brush that off as the E88 thought Taylor was Jewish. Because Hebert and Herbert.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Most stories don't play her as that, and she's not canonically Jewish anyway.
I know. That's how
but
the
it doesn't
fan.
matter if she's canonically Jewish. All that matters is they can make an argument that they thought she was Jewish.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah. Oh, what a lot of stories I've seen for Worm do is someone at some point makes the joke, well, the meta joke. In universe, it's not a joke, where they call Hebert Herbert because Herbert's a Jewish name, Hebert's a French name, which, isn't much better.
Hey, bear. What shits in the woods? A bear.
I recall seeing one fic where they actually did take notice and recruited her using cult tactics. No, that was a Slippery Slope by Ack. I mean, I'm sure there's others, but that was the first one I ever saw. But no, in this story of mine that was written and posted, it was based off of some of the shit I got up to in high school, which was creating an unofficial gang, being one of them, running a market effectively out of the spare lockers that no one was using. We paid the janitor money, and he let us use the spare lockers to sell like monster drinks and candy and shit.
Monster drinks and candy.
It was
And shit.
at a hilariously marked up price, so we basically made like double profit on top of the retail price that it cost.
You're a bad person.
I
Keep
don't feel
going.
bad.
You don't feel bad.
Sneaky, your
More shit.
moral compass is so unbelievably fucked.
No, it's not. Very thorough.
Spirit of capitalism, baby.
Yeah, it's capitalism. I was just applying some Chicago School of Economics.
Excuse
That's not
you.
Chicago School of Economics.
You think we have a school?
Yes?
Yes.
No. We have some lesson suggestions.
No, it's literally a school.
Not the School of Hard Knocks.
I mean, yes, there's an actual Chicago School of Economics. I don't recommend going there.
Well, yeah, not anymore. It's been taken over by the communists. Anyway, so I took that life experience and I applied it to the Worm story, and where I just straight up in the Worm story bribed the principal to just let me use the basement of the school to just basically have a market.
Of course you did.
Makes sense.
And also operated basically the gray market, you know, where everyone sells shit to each other and they all leave it with someone for escrow. That's what it's called. Yeah, the escrow market. So yeah, that's what my character did, and they freaked out upon hearing that the head of hiring's daughter just got sent to the hospital by Sophia Hess and Emma, and he was like, oh fuck, police are actually going to show up, and I am actually doing something hilariously illegal, selling drugs out of a school.
Wait a minute. What I'm doing is illegal.
Oh no.
But, and hear me out here, counter proposal here. Brockton Bay.
Yeah, you see, that doesn't matter, though, because meta-wise, we know nothing would probably come of it, but, you know, in universe-wise, my character wouldn't know that, because this is actually someone important.
Oh, yeah, that is fair.
And so he was like, oh, fuck, oh, shit, and proceeded to grab two Nazis that were in training for the E-88 and was like, yo, hey, do you want to go beat up a black kid? And they're like, yeah! And so we went and go kick the shit out of Sophia Hess and threw her in a dumpster. And then she killed them both and almost killed me because I did the entire encounter based off of D20 dice rolls.
Wait, wasn't that the one with Gray?
Yes. Well,
Yes.
Gray kind of inserted himself into it, but yeah. It was originally just supposed to be me. I joined this podcast, and the first thing I hear is, oh fuck, the police are gonna show up, and I'm doing something hilariously illegal.
Sounds about right for the stream.
Great out of context comment.
Sneaky is generally doing things that are hilariously illegal.
And then I realized it wasn't the Geneva Convention's banned list, it was a checklist.
Like you're gonna constantly reference that for like the rest of your fucking life. You're so goddamn proud of that.
Sneaky, what you shouldn't be
That's
thinking
not
of it
even
is
the
as-
reference.
Yeah, A, that's not the reference. B, look, all I have to say about the Geneva Convention is that, as far as I know, Magic the Gathering ban lists are enforced more strictly.
They really are. It's kind of funny. Also, technically speaking,
Any other
aliens never
suggestion?
signed the Geneva Conventions.
Yes, this is absolutely true.
Unless they were reptilians.
And neither did
Advent did
Mexico.
not sign.
Oh shit,
Build your Molotovs,
Mexico
build your
didn't?
Molotovs, build your Molotovs.
Olay.
Kingdom Come. The fate of the realm hangs in the balance as King Draco. Okay, moving on.
And moving on.
Look, I don't have time for some medieval fantasy AU bullshit.
Okay, listen, if they keep the magic, maybe it could be interesting, but probably not.
Why would it be interesting? It's a fucking Hermione times Draco story.
Perish!
Death be upon you.
Whoa. Napalm be upon you.
Whoa, napalm be upon you.
Listen. If you've played Gundam Evolution, that meme makes a lot of sense.
Oh, so Sign, that reminds me. Have you ever heard of the quote about American artillery?
Dear Grid Square or something else?
No, it was,
That's one of them.
it was from World War II. If you hear a whistle and the enemy starts being hit, it's British artillery. If you hear a whistle and you start being hit, it's German artillery. If you hear a whistle and everyone starts being hit, it was the fucking Americans.
No, hang on a second, Sneaky. You're forgetting the much better World War II quote, which was the responses to being shot. If you shoot at them, nothing happened, and nothing happens for 5 minutes, and then your position is covered in shells, they were American.
Oh, what was the full list? If you shoot at them and they surrender, it was the French. If you shoot at them and they retreat, it was the British. If you shoot at them and they fire and retreat, it was the Germans. And if you shoot at them and you hear nothing for 5 minutes and then your position gets obliterated, it was the Americans.
Something like that.
We were also...
Don't get me wrong, it's fucking stupid, but...
We are also one of the few countries in the world that has the standing military order of fire and advance. The standing military order being the order that occurs whenever an officer is unable to respond in the heat of combat. So
That's because we're just default aggro.
yes.
Yes.
And the U.S. Army did a study a while back and found out that collateral increased by 130% when the sergeant goes down.
But,
The officer
but, casualties were also the lowest.
Sir, we killed
Like-
we killed the American commander. You what?
You what?
Oh, fuck!
Oh,
You
God.
what?
Why have you done this?
But sir, we've done our job. No, your job was to kill the fucking.
But yeah, no,
Lieutenant General, not the
most
sergeant.
most even modern militaries have standing orders of if an officer goes down, you're to hunker down, retreat, and/or wait for orders. And the American military says if your officer goes down, your standing orders are to fire in advance. And it really takes
Gunnery-
people by surprise, because you shoot the most important person, and instead of panicking, they just get more aggressive.
Gunnery Sergeant, I have a task for you. What is it, sir? Do you see that area over there? Yes, sir. I no longer wish to. Thank you. Do you see these crit coordinates?
What was another one? So do you know of Easy Company?
Why does that sound familiar?
Band of Brothers.
Okay.
Says that a yes or no?
No.
Oh shit, man, you gotta see Band of Brothers. It was a fucking amazing series. But anyway, Easy Company is an infamous paratrooper division where they did some crazy batshit stuff. And because they kind of did all that during World War II, they kind of had a tradition of trying to live up to their reputation. And
Oh,
this was
no.
told by a Frenchman who had, when he was a soldier, worked with Easy Company in Afghanistan. And he was telling a story about how he came under fire one day while his squad was patrolling a Afghani town. And they're calling for help, and they're calling for help, and then out of nowhere, just the American base responds going, "What's your location?" And they're like, "Oh, it's this, or this," and then the American base just says, "Understood," and then does not say anything further. And the French are all like, well, what the fuck? Are we not going to get any orders? Are we not going to get, are you going to give us an ETA or anything? And then just out of fucking nowhere, a fucking Humvee smashes through one of the walls. And the Americans just pile out of it, firing and advancing on the Taliban or whatever.
Just beep beep.
Whoosh.
It's the fucking
The
Warthog
French are
song.
just sitting there like, what the actual fuck just happened?
America. Surprise!
Yeah. Good times.
But yeah, no, listen, it's one of the dumbest things ever, but I love the
Yes.
shit out of that story.
Yeah, the
Because
fat
it's
electrician's great.
The fat electrician is funny, but it's just one of the stupidest fucking stories. Like, understood. A couple minutes later, Jesus, the fucking Americans have just left us to die. Boom.
Just the car fucking plows through the wall.
It's a hey Kool-Aid moment.
Oh god.
Oh man, Randy Savage.
American soldiers.
They have no chill.
The Return of the Marauders 2. Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. After the truth came out about Peter Pettigrew, Harry and his family have decided to make an effort to live together. Now, as the school year starts, Harry and his friends are about to start their school year.
Yes.
That's usually how it goes, yes? Bruh.
Continue.
What the fuck? As they prepare for a war between them and their teacher, who is holding the soul of Lord Voldemort. Massive AU, good Draco and good Dursleys. Hermione times Ron.
So canon.
Well, yes, but also for some reason the author thinks they need to push together 10-year-olds. That's weird.
Yes.
It's
it is
FFN, that's
very weird.
normal.
I know it's normal. I don't want it to be. Anyway, we're going to a different section. I don't like it here anymore.
It could be worse. It could be one of those stupid Marauders read Harry Potter books stories.
Yeah, it's true. So instead, I'm going to make Atin suffer now. We're to read some Lord of the Rings stories.
Listen, you can't do any worse to me than the fan fiction that's currently being played on Amazon.
Oh God!
I take that as a
Yeah,
challenge.
He has a point there.
You know what?
Aelorothi-
You know what, Sneaky? Let's go to the Lord of the Rings fucking crossover section.
Aelorothi, the son of the Black Assassin. There is an elf we all know and love in the Tolkien books who lives during the Lord of the Rings. Oh, God. Yeah, you're a real fan of Tolkien, aren't you? But what is his past? Why does no one know who he really is, where he came from, and why he avoids the questions? Who is the elf? What is his secrets? Is his past so dark he can trust no one, not even his lord and closest friends? Oh, see, self-insert. 13th member of the Ring of Founder. Who the fuck they're called? The Fellowship of the
Why
Ring.
is it always fucking 13?
There's reasons.
Because Final Fantasy 13 was amazing.
Yeah.
No, you shut the fuck
It
up.
really was.
No, listen, anyone who thinks Final Fantasy 13 is good, you need your fucking brain checked.
Lol.
All three of them were great.
Inshallah.
They were the best Final Fantasy games I ever played.
Silence, you unmitigated heretic.
Lightning for best Final Fantasy MC.
Please stop thinking with your dick.
No.
She's
Ah,
not
it-
even
Paid-
she's not even hot enough to think with your dick. Like shit, at least have some class and go for one of the actual good women in that group. Like shit
So-
like Fang or Vanille or the motorcycle chicks.
Ah, yes, Vanille, a good woman. Aha, I see. And I'm the one who is wrong. Aha.
No.
Better okay. When you're comparing, when your options start with lightning, anyone is a better choice.
You take that back. Lightning is best girl. Fucking fight me.
For once, I'm in agreement with Sign.
Yeah, I gotta say, man, the rest of the women in the story are,
They're not exactly great.
yeah.
Sarah's good.
No.
Sarah's good. In,
Yeah, look,
Sarah's
see,
cute.
Lightning gets the Rooster Teeth treatment of by sheer dint of lack of any sort of dialogue or impact on the story, Lightning automatically becomes better than everyone else.
Yeah, sadly.
That hurts. I'm having issues disagreeing, but that hurts.
The 10 Companions, so be it! Currently under revision! AU V2!
Must
just
you
what we want to
scream?
hear.
Oh, that's how
Yes.
they wrote it. Are you telling me that I should edit the things the author writes?
You'd probably
Yes.
edit it better than they're currently writing it.
Well, fuck you. Yeah, I would, but still. What if Boromir wasn't the only son of Denethor to attend the Council of Elrond? What if Faramir was also there? ? Would the journey of Fellowship have been different? I don't know what punctuation is, and for some reason I believe that spaces go everywhere. I am sorry for my grammar and spelling. I am not English speaking. Well, maybe you should learn.
Impossible task.
I mean, that's fair enough. Mistress Healer. Despite... sorry. Ooh. Desperate to escape her life as Tolfalos' midwife, Minnow travels to the mainland. Despite being no stranger to bloodshed, she finds herself completely unprepared for the war against the enemy, the strange and chaotic customs of the elves and dwarves, and falling in love. This is a slow burn romance story about a woman working as a healer in a war zone. Yes, I'm sure that went well for her. Because, Sauron is famous for not attacking doctors.
Somehow I don't think that's quite right.
Everything! A look at Sam and Frodo's incredible friendship. The quest, plus various scenes from before and after the war, told from Frodo's and Sam's point of view. It's pretty much completely AU. Well, then how are you actually telling scenes from the war if all of the scenes you're telling never happened?
It's called making shit up.
Basically, I'm writing this story at 1 a.m. and it's full of headcanon, and lots of fluff and angst, and the hobbits cuddle and kiss each other.
Disgusting.
Yes. Tomorrow is unknown. 2 years of the pandemic. Aspen quits her job to make her wish of traveling the world a reality. In a temple, she picks up a stone, which seems like a normal stone. But secretly, when she wants to leave, the temple disappears and she finds herself in Middle-earth. For 4 long years, Aspen learns how to hold her ground in Minas Tirith, always with one goal in mind, going back. That's a lot of wish fulfillment, I suppose. Less believable than
suppose.
the harem stories, actually. That's just my opinion.
What do you mean?
Just, a modern woman being able to somehow go from an office job to surviving in Middle-earth for 4 years.
I mean, none of us could. I very much doubt anyone in here could, so it's not that weird.
Nuclear hot take there.
Really. No shitposting aside.
Okay.
You fucks really think that getting dropped into Middle-earth, you would do better than than any other random fucking person with your complete lack of sword skills, your complete lack of survival skills?
I
Actually-
would, but then again,
I'm actually pretty good at archery.
But
Okay.
you're not an
Do you have
elf.
a fucking bow?
No.
yes.
Do you have the bow with you? No. So congratulations, your archery skills mean nothing. Secondly, I have studied the blade for 30 years of my life. You have your fucking sword with you? No, you don't.
Yeah.
Look, I've got one solution, one counter to all that. It's pulling my gun out and putting a bullet in whatever.
Well, okay,
crosses
yeah.
my-
I mean, there we go. Yeah, that's also
Congratulations.
The alternative,
That
yeah.
will work for 24 rounds at best.
Try over 120.
Really, that you keep on you at all times.
Teens
That you keep on you at all times, sir.
that are sitting within arm's reach.
Well, this isn't about what's sitting within arm's reach of you now, is it?
I mean, I don't know. I was saying more of a mentality aspect and a biological aspect than anything else.
That's fair.
Okay, that's fair, but like my point is, at least one of those things can be overcome. And
Oh, I mean, absolutely.
Yeah, like,
but
listen, I hear people go, "Oh, I'd be just fine." No, you fucking wouldn't.
yeah, no,
We'd
no,
be lucky
obviously.
to make it a week.
I mean, that's obviously
With no jobs, no training, no skills, no money, no support.
Well, I
But
mean,
my isekai training will help me defeat these enemies.
I actually hadn't. I've been certified in being isekai'd.
I've read all of these books on isekais. I will be able to be the one who gets everything right.
Finds her own administrative bacteria. I'm gonna stop you right there, Holmes.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, stop that.
I mean, ain't wrong.
You stop that right now.
I mean, but it's also like it's also not only is it a mentality and a biological thing, it's also shit like just know-how. I know how to start a fire with just wood. I know how to start a fire with using vines and crap on the ground. I know how to boil water. I know you need to boil water. I know how to do basic kiln making. I know how to make charcoal. I know how to cook things using an open fire. I know
That's true.
these things.
You're an exception.
Yes, I know.
Knowing how to fish, knowing how to trap, knowing how to
Right.
skin and prepare
Skin,
game.
yeah. Knowing that most foods can become less poisonous by boiling them or juicing them than just eating the raw, fruit or vegetable of it.
Rubbing test.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of ways to go about, not dying, and a lot of people, not just women, I'm just saying a lot of modern people in general don't know them, and it's part of one of my pastimes is actually reading isekai stories and then just laughing at the shit that the manga author who tries to make their competent isekai protagonist who doesn't have cheat hacks powers do of shit like like one character tries to invent ice because he's trying to think of a way to make money, and so he's like, oh, I should invent ice, and so that way I'll make a bunch of money off of my ice invention because I know how like refrigeration works or something. And I'm just sitting here, I'm like, bitch, just go make fucking salt. Like, salt is such a massive game changer that we based the word for income off of it. Salary comes from how much salt you were paid in the Imperial Legion.
That is true, actually.
Unfortunately, it is.
So it's like simple shit that people just do not think about. Isley knows how to steal from people. I'm sure there'll be lots of people to steal from in the middle of the woods alone.
Yeah. Like, listen, I'm not gonna pretend what I do and don't know. Like, I can start a fire. I have a vague idea. Well, I can fish. I have a vague idea of how to trap. I have a vague idea of what to eat. I certainly know how to do things like I understand the theory of how to, say, bleed an animal to make it healthier for eating. But, like, nah, if I ended up in the woods alone, I'd probably be pretty screwed. I have, like, a pocket knife on me most of the time.
Yeah. I don't even have pants with pockets on right now, so...
The things you can do with a simple pocket knife.
Yes, there's a lot you can do with a pocket knife, but my point is like that would be about what I have.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's just why I'm just making fun of it. Isley can in fact survive in the wilderness. I have training for it. I'm sure you do, Isley. I'm sure all of that tanker training is going to be put to use. But not much of it can be really put to use because there won't be any Daki Muros to jack off on. I know that's what tankers do half the time.
No, you don't get to spawn with the Dicker Max.
Leave his ducky out of this.
Aragorn investigates minus Morgul, part of my giant AU of evil. Lame. Lame. Lame shit. Not even like bad shit, just lame. Ugh. Fine, let's go look at the crossovers.
It can't possibly be fucking worse.
Yes, it can.
Yes, it can.
I know, but I'm saying that to tempt fate.
When heroes live their lives, a Lord of the Rings adventure crossover.
Oh, God.
Series of one-shots set in the Heroes series that I'm also writing, which shows all of the characters from other fandoms going about their lives when in the universe or in the multiverse is not in danger. Right?
By Sigmar.
Oh,
You've created
Jesus.
nothing.
Oh, God. Oh, no. This fucking profile.
Oh no.
361 stories written.
How many of them are over 10 words?
We'll see. Important notice, a troll user whose real name I will never speak because he does not deserve that attention, has made an account called Aragorn II Elazar to mock me because the pathetic moron has nothing better to do with his time. So remember, if you get any messages or comments from them, it's not me. Another notice, if you're curious, I also write porn for the MCU, Buffyverse, and Arrowverse, but since this site removed one of them, which was my least popular story, I am never posting them here again. And when I originally had posted will still be up, but I will never post any more porn here again. I'm only seeing positives. They'll all be uploaded to Archive of Our Own. I'm still only seeing positives. One more notice. My Heroes series now has a TV tropes page. Oh, God. My Spider Slayer Vampire Avenger series also has its own TV tropes page.
His what?
His Spider Slayer Vampire Avenger series.
Uh-huh.
Pairings that I don't like and are forbidden! There are various pairings that I don't like, but I can read or write stories with them as long as the pairing is not the focus. But there will be certain pairings I will never read or write about. That story simply isn't for me. Well, the only way I'll ever write these pairings or read those stories would be if a breakup was involved, any non-canon pairing in the Tolkien verse. This man was one of the greatest geniuses in the world. Modifying Tolkien's stories is forbidden. Unless I think what happens in canon is stupid. Oh, God. But there is nothing stupid in his canon. His canon is perfect. His work is perfect. I will accept all of it. So, do not write any non-canon pairings of Tolkien before me.
Okay.
If, however, some of his characters are single in canon, I will possibly read a crossover pairing for them. Mainly for Legolas, but that's because I'm horny for him.
Jeez.
We're honest about it.
This person needs help.
Next forbidden pairing, Natasha times Bruce of the MCU. I hate this pairing. It's cringy and horrible. It's the worst thing the MCU has ever done. Whoa there, Captain.
You know, Natasha basically slept with everyone, right?
And it ruined the chances for Bucky times Natasha or Steve times Natasha. Two pairings that would have made perfect sense.
This is such a wall of fucking text, by God.
Screw this pairing! It's cringe! Oh god. I hate Clark Kent times Lang Lang in Smallville. It was cute until season 2, but then Lana became a horrible person and Clark lost his backbone, so therefore it's a terrible pairing and I hate it.
Well, I mean, he's not wrong.
Barry Allen times Iris West of Arrowverse. I like them in the comics, but the CW Iris is a sociopath who only cares about herself, and Barry is a selfish jerk, so this pairing can go fuck itself. I mean, yeah, fair.
Also not wrong.
Oliver
Yeah,
Queen
I mean,
times Felicity.
which is a damn shame because, like, Arrowverse Flash is probably one of the best like, the guy actually playing Flash is probably one of the best Flash actors we've ever had, and not, Ezra Miller, the alleged child groomer and the alleged drug dealer and the alleged fucking psychopath.
And kidnapper.
Yeah, and the alleged kidnapper. Let's be clear, nothing has been proven in a court of law as of yet, so they remain alleged.
Oh, he also, this was documented on video, he did start a cult in Iceland.
Yes, as far as I know, the cult is a factual statement, but
Yes.
everything else, as I said, everything else has yet to be proven in a court of law, and so it is still alleged.
Yes.
But fuck you for bringing him back.
Yeah.
Hey guys, we've got this movie. We've got this Batgirl movie, and it might be bad, but it is finished. And so far, none of the stars have been accused of child grooming or drug dealing or kidnapping
cancel
or
it.
starting a cult. But we're gonna can that so we can bring the other guy back for some reshoots.
To be fair, it was probably terrible.
I
okay.
heard it was gonna be very
Okay,
woke and very terrible.
but it's fit, right? Like, they would rather bring
Right, but
the
you have to
PR
keep in mind,
disaster
just
back.
because the movie is finished doesn't mean it's actually finished. Like, they still have to, put out the budget for, advertising it, and then
From
paying the
what we
channels
know,
to play
the
it,
film
and
was at least
organizing
completed. Like,
deals with the
shit,
radio station.
throw it
not
up
the radio
on
stations, the,
throw it out on a
theaters to
fucking
play
direct
it.
to DVD release. Like,
They have to do a whole bunch of stuff that's, really...
yes, I recognize there's a bunch of stuff to do, but
Yeah.
you would rather bring back the walking PR nightmare. Like,
Yes,
shit,
yeah.
do a direct to DVD release, man.
I thought they just weren't bringing him back at all.
No, they are. They're bringing him back for reshoots right now.
They brought him
Thank
back for the
God.
movie, but not for the TV show. Anyway, so yeah, Oliver Queen times Felicity of Arrowverse. Felicity was great in season 2. After getting with Oliver, she became terrible, and Oliver became a spineless wimp. Fuck it. Oliver Queen times Earth 1 Laurel Lance, Arrowverse. Like in the comics too, pre-rebirth, but the CW version is again horrible. Laurel saying to Oliver in episode 1 she wished he rotted inside hell for longer than 5 years turned me off instantly. And by the time I started coming around to her, she was then killed off. I love Oliver Sarah here, and they weren't perfect or the most sensible couple, and they broke up in the dumbest way possible. But, Oliver Earth 2 Laurel Lance, same as above. Post Season 5, Earth 2 Laurel became cartoonish, one-dimensional villain. Fuck it. Sarah Lance times Ava Sharp, Arrowverse. Wow, this guy's really concerned about the Arrowverse. I find this pairing really weird and stupid due to Ava being a clone, and rushed as well, plus I love Oliver times Sarah, so I'm also not a fan of this. Also, she had a character assassination. Willow Rosenberg times Kennedy of Buffyverse. Kennedy is an annoying, bratty creep and sexual predator, and anyone who likes them needs mental help.
Or like this author.
This author needs mental help for other reasons. Buffy times Angel of Buffyverse.
That's just necrophilia.
I know people like this, but I don't. I love Angel in the show Angel. He's my second favorite Buffyverse character behind Willow. But in Buffy, he was bland, boring, one-dimensional, behaved like a creep, and the narrative media made him to be romantic, supposedly. I can still stand stories with the pairing if they're going to be set in Buffy seasons 1 through 3, but beyond that, meh. Even in season 3, I'd rather read Buffy times Faith than a Buffy times Angel story, plus their character regression into lovesick puppies whenever they meet each other after every breakup is eye-roll worthy. I love Angel times Cordelia and Buffy times Ensouled Spike. Buffy times Angel sucks in my opinion, and Sarah's and David's chemistry along with their background soundtracks are way better. That's an odd reason for characters to get together. I like their OST more.
As we all know, a true grand OST is what separates bad media from good media.
OSTs sell waifus, man.
Any pairing also that turns a friendship that is amazing into a romance is also a no-no to me. I really dislike them. Such examples are Frodo and Sam, Aragorn times Legolas, Legolas times Gimli, Steve times Bucky, Steve times Tony, Natasha times Clint, Clark times Chloe, Oliver times Barry, Buffy times Willow, Buffy times Xander, Willow times Alexander, Angel times Faith, Arthur times Merlin, and many more. Anything with incest as well. Fuck that shit.
I'm going to have to leave early.
Okay.
See you, kitty.
Good luck with the rest. Don't,
It has been pointed out to
cancer.
me that due to the number of fandoms in the multiverse of the Heroes series and the number of doppelgangers involved, it's getting confusing and hard to keep track of for people reading the story. So I made a list on my profile about every single character. Oh no.
Jesus.
Rice in a handbasket.
Oh, good lord, this is worse than I've seen with one of Zara's projects.
Oh no, 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 no.
Oh god, it is
No.
far worse.
List needs to be extended more. Oh no.
What the fuck?
Bro, if you have this many characters appearing in your story, it's time to stop having characters appear in your story.
Mayhaps.
Peter Parker Spider-Man, called Parker to differentiate himself from Spider-Man and Peter, appeared in Heroes Stand United, Heroes, Magicians, and Luthers, and more than once. This dude is like running his own fucking wiki about comic issues of like this. Peter Parker number 63 showed up in the following issues of my fucking fandom. Oh god. I am 22 years old.
That explains a lot.
Bro, he made this profile 8 years ago. Which puts him at what, 14? Ah, yeah. That explains a lot.
Do you require
good
medic
lord.
bag because of this knowledge?
I just looked at the scroll bar. Why?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why?
I love everything. The most fictional thing I love is the Legendarium, the books and movie. I love it. I love it so much. I also love Marvel and DC. I love how I know, right? I love how this guy's like, oh man, I love Tolkien because of how detailed it is and how much work he puts into his stories. But then they also just turn around and go, I love fucking the MCU.
Well, that's because, according to the Grand Cabal of
Me
Hollywood,
love Star Wars.
according to the Grand Cabal of Hollywood, if you don't like current thing, you are not human.
Ray is not a Mary Sue. Ray.
Ray.
Ray is not a Mary
I
Sue.
hate
It's the
that.
first. It's the best thing I've ever done.
I'm mainly obsessed with Tolkien and his adaptations, the MCU films, Smallville, Star Wars, except for the Disney trilogy. Okay, you know what? Fair enough. The Buffyverse, Buffy and Angel. I have the following hobbies: basketball, programming, watching movies, watching TV, watching anime, watching animated shows, reading, comic books, manga, reading and writing fanfiction, reading history, mythologies, epics, playing video games, listening to heavy metal, hitting on and then getting rejected by hot women, LOL, petting puppies, kittens, rabbits, and other adorable animals. Honestly, I want to know how much money this individual is just like sitting on. That they can just be like, oh yeah, I have so much fucking free time with my existence. The Virgin Ray versus the Chad Mary Suix.
Nice.
Oh, now there's an idea to throw $100 at Sign to do.
Oh god, what now?
Mary Suix gets reincarnated as Ray in the Disney trilogy.
Mary Sue is in Tanya.
Tanya.
Mary Sue?
Yes.
Oh god. I'm already writing one Star Wars thing. I don't need another. I'm
That's
good.
fair. Then the dude proceeds to say that his favorite movies are the following 32 movies or more.
Holy shit!
That's a list.
Oh my!
Yeah, I saw that. I just
My
had to, like,
favorite
go,
shows
what
are the
the fuck?
following 20 shows. My favorite shows are the following 40 shows. My favorite animated shows are the following 40 shows. My favorite books are the following 20 books. My favorite video games are the following 50 video games. This dude really does have a lot of favorites. You know, top fives. Here's my 50 top fives. Top five.
Here's my top. Here's my
Number
top 5
51.
top fives.
Number 15.
Foot lettuce. You don't want feet in your foot lettuce.
God damn it, chills.
I like Backstreet Boys, Justin Timberlake, Avril Lavigne, Charlie Puth, Maroon 5. What the fuck is this?
He has to go get the flamer.
Brother,
Get the Luga.
brother, get the flamer, the heavy flamer.
Do you want the Salamander Heavy Flamer or the Iron Warriors Heavy Flamer?
Both.
Both. I want whichever one has a literal demon bound in it.
That's heresy, brother.
My criteria for writing fan fiction. Oh boy, I can't wait to hear this.
Oh boy.
For Tolkien, the man created perfection. So I will only read fluff stories, and I will only ever write a fluff story. Any stories that go to AU are not my thing. There shall be no time travel permitted. And I don't like the canon pairings messed with either. If there are any single characters in canon, I won't mind them being paired off with someone, especially if it's Legolas.
pretty. Didn't we already read this shit?
Yes, but he's just reiterating it. Speaking of crossovers, yeah. Crossovers are what I usually read for Middle-earth, where characters from another fandom get dropped into the quest for Erebor, the War of Ring. The best example of this kind of fanfiction is Avengers of the Ring by Dr. Manhattan, which features the MCU characters fucking going into Lord of the Rings. And it's an amazing story. I really doubt that.
Why would you write this?
If Iron Man shows up, why doesn't Iron Man just fly the ring into the fucking volcano?
That would be a very good question.
Because then the story wouldn't happen.
I have written 2 crossovers. Heroes of Middle-earth, which is a Lord of the Rings MCU massive multi-crossover, and The Hobbit Unexpected Companions, which is a Hobbit Buffyverse crossover. Ah yes, because the characters from Buffy would be totally understanding and helpful. They wouldn't. The characters of Buffy were...
Hey, let's be clear. Hardly fucking characters.
yeah. Yeah.
But B, what fucking use would they be?
Oh man, Buffy's here. She's gonna kick an orc.
Now, like, if she had, like, her gear, she might be useful, but...
I'll assume they show up with their gear. Still not overly useful. Still not really gonna... Still not overly useful. Still not gonna change that much.
They'll inspire the other characters to do something differently.
Or not at all.
Probably.
Yeah. I do enjoy stories where Middle-earth characters end up in another fandom. I don't know. Again, it comes down to the problem of when you're doing a crossover story, like, shit actually has to be different. And I'm sorry, but Legolas showing up in... I don't know. MCU. Legolas shows up in the MCU. What changes? Fucking nothing. There's already a Legolas in the MCU, and he doesn't
Clint
change
Barton
anything.
feels inadequate.
Yeah, it's like, congratulate. Also, by the way, elves would have an absolute shit fit if they got isekai'd anywhere else. Because
Lord of the Rings elves specifically.
yeah, Lord of the Rings elves, yeah. Because to them, the world's flat. And that only applies to them in the Lord of the Rings setting.
Also, if they get isekai'd, they literally can't go to heaven.
Yeah, that too.
Wouldn't they
Reminder,
specifically
heaven
look
is a
up-
place that you can get on a fucking boat and sail to if you have the goddamn balls.
Also an elf, because only elves can see how to sail to it, because it's still flat world.
No, humans can get there.
So doesn't an elf have to be with them?
It depends.
I'm pretty sure elves are involved in any humans getting there.
No, some humans have gotten there, without it.
Really interesting.
Yes. And this was after Numenor, by the way, back
Oh,
when,
okay.
so the world was no longer flat.
Right.
Now, generally you have to be a super good human,
Oh, okay, yeah. So the gods intervene on your behalf.
but essentially the gods respect balls, and if you have the balls to get in the ocean and sail until you find heaven or die, and you're not a shitbag, they'll probably let you in.
But yeah,
Or
so
you name it, if your name is Frodo goddamn Baggins.
yeah. But yeah, so elves from Lord of the Rings would have an absolute shit fit, because not only is the world now round, but their sight is now vastly reduced, and honestly, they probably become like extremely mortal as well, and not go to heaven. Because a lot of the stuff, a lot of their power-ups in Lord of the Rings are specifically because of the age and the time and, like, the land and shit. Like, there's a whole bunch of shit that the elves are getting power-ups from that wouldn't apply to the elves if they were, say, in a different reality on a different planet. You know?
Unless the author just, hand waved all of that.
Yeah, I mean, like I've said before, and I don't know if you were there for those or not. I mean, I've said before, like, we were reading a Skyrim crossover, and the character still had magic. And I've said before, where it's like you have to make some caveats of like, okay, it'd be really boring if a Skyrim character went somewhere and they couldn't use their magic. But there are ways to make it fit into the story as well if you do want to do that, and then make him get his magic later or something. But there are ways to explain it in story even then about how he could possibly still have magic, or you can just ignore it all and just be like, yeah, he has magic, don't worry about it.
He has magic. Fuck off.
I think the standards are going to be a little bit different, in my opinion, for a Tolkien fanfiction, specifically because of how Tolkien approached writing, which was very detailed specific, and details being extremely important. And if you're going to call yourself a fan of Tolkien and write a fan fiction of his world, then...
Boy, you better pay as much fucking attention to his details.
Well, not even to pay as much attention, just respect the details that would impact your story,
But that would require respecting the original work, which most fanfiction authors do not.
Which makes them not fans. Yes, I'm aware. Yeah, it's an interesting paradigm. Because normally you can get away with a significant amount. Like, Tanya is actually a great example of a story that you can just massively write as an AU because of the setup to it. Everything in that world is a domino reaction to how Tanya acts at the start. And yes, was the war always going to happen? Possibly. Was the war going to happen in the exact same way? Probably not. We're still looking at that one author bio. Yeah, but we're talking about other shit, and we're talking about writing, and, what you can and can't get away with in fanfiction. And shut the fuck up, Nexus. If you want me to do something, you should maybe subscribe to me instead of just bitching there like a little freemium bitch.
A little
Venom.
freemium bitch. Well, that's a new one.
That's what happens in a freeform discussion. The discussion wanders.
Well, yeah, but it's also way more interesting of a discussion to have about, the flexibility of writing a Tanya story versus the flexibility of writing, say, a Lord of the Rings story.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, hell, even Familiar of Zero, even Naruto. I mean, Naruto, yeah, you could say Naruto is a very unflexible story in some ways.
Depends.
Well, because Naruto's power level and actions don't overall really make a difference until significantly into the story. And I don't mean Shippuden. I mean in the original Naruto story, like, his actions don't actually make a genuine difference in the world. Yeah, yes, Naruto is different in that its nature of the world is large, and the amount of pieces operating in the world is large, so you can do a lot with it. But also at the same time, due to that, Naruto getting strong and, unlocking a bloodline isn't going to stop Madara from creating the Akutsuki and hunting down all the Biju.
Yeah, it's hard to snowball that universe.
Like, unless Naruto is as strong as he is at the end of the story, at the beginning of the story, there is almost genuinely nothing you can do to change the beats of the story.
Yeah, Orochimaru's still gonna invade. Akatsuki's still gonna happen. Itachi's still gonna happen. All that shit.
Pain's still probably gonna flatten towns. It's like it's all gonna happen, no matter what.
That one you could subvert.
Yeah. Subvert. Sign.
Well, I mean, send Jiraiya and or Naruto out to meet them first. Then sure, that could change it if they just happen to wander across them. But beyond that,
Yeah. Oh yeah. Elves Most Fabulous. Yeah, that was a good one. Yeah. That's sort of my point. Is that Naruto is you have some flexibility on the micro scale, but on the macro scale, shit's gonna happen almost no matter what you do. And if you're gonna try and change that by just hand waving it as an AU, it's a little bit cringe. It's like if you didn't want to deal with the Endbringers, then why are you writing a worm story? If you didn't want to deal with Vegeta, why are you writing a DBZ story?
I feel like you could argue that one. Like, some fans of Dragon Ball Z fucking hate Vegeta.
Okay.
Vegeta's great.
So I don't care if they hate him or not. He's a key station in the story that actually actively makes Goku reach higher heights. And without Vegeta, Goku would get fucking steamrolled. So literally, he's a station of canon that is almost key to DBZ being DBZ, or Dragon Ball being Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
He's an asshole, but he's an important asshole.
If you're gonna try and write him out of the story or AU him to never happen or some garbage shit like that, then you're basically just not writing Dragon Ball at that point. It's just but on the flip side, like I said, going back to Tanya, there is nothing concrete in Tanya that has to happen besides at some point the Great War has to occur. Possibly. As that one fucking have you ever heard of the legendary Hoy run?
The what?
So
The
there is
what?
a legendary Hearts of Iron run in where someone played as Hitler
Oh, someone.
and he
oh,
managed to prevent World War II from occurring
How?
by converting everyone to fascism using diplomacy.
Oh, that makes sense.
But yeah, he managed to prevent World War II from occurring. And it's a legendary run. But like that's my point though, is like unless you get unless you're pulling that sort of shit out of your ass with the 1 in 10 million game, the Great War is going to happen in Tanya, but pretty much that's the only domino that has to fall in Tanya. Correct me if I'm wrong, Sign.
Well, that and the Type 95.
Well, not even that really, because the Type 95 was only brought about because of the Great War.
No, I believe it appeared slightly before, didn't it?
It did.
Oh, didn't it? Right. Yeah, but then again, Tanya was only in the army because of the whole preparations for war thing.
No, they weren't
She
preparing for
was
war.
The army
She was just a magically talented child that they were like, shit, we should probably grab that.
Oh, right.
No, she volunteered.
You're right, she volunteered because something social progress prowess.
No, because
Magic.
she backline REMF job.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. She was aiming for that backline job with immense magical power, which was always funny.
Yeah, I know, right?
Hey, I'm an amazing weapon. I also want to be in the back lines. Haha, good joke. Now advance.
Haha, yes. Move.
Okay, so yeah, the Type 95 happening and the Great War possibly occurring is two dominoes that you have to work with. And those aren't even like, some big bad evil guy. I mean, yes, being X, depending on what source material you're using, you can say being X caused World War One. Or you can just go with the fact that humans are humans and World War One was going to occur eventually.
World War One would literally occur even if there were demons literally knocking on your doorstep.
It would occur faster if there were demons knocking on your doorstep.
I don't know.
This is fair.
I feel like humanity would unite against the demons.
Thinking you play Warhammer.
I feel like humanity would still unite against the demons.
No, half of humanity would ally with the demons.
Okay, that's fair. That I will. Okay, admittedly, I'll give that
If
to
I
you.
work with this demon dude, he'll kill everyone I don't like.
Yeah.
If I work with
Exactly.
this demon dude, I'll get large amounts of power. Lol. So the
And
demon god turning you
immortality.
into a mutation against God. Lamau.
Joke's on you, I'm getting double immortality.
Okay, not demons. Let's go with say alien invasion. Yes.
No,
Yes,
no,
won't
half the
exist.
humans, Sneaky, half the humans would try to suck alien dick, and the other half would try to work with them.
No, Xenoveg you, man.
I don't know. I believe in human racism.
I
Humans are
believe in human
superior.
horniness.
I believe.
This too.
I believe racism will save the day.
Sneaky.
These two
Snakes.
things are not mutually exclusive. They meet in the middle.
That's fair.
Snakes exist, unfortunately.
Gonna elaborate on that?
No.
He's referring to snake women.
Oh, okay.
Eee.
Not exactly
No.
what I jump to when I think of snakes, but hey, Nose, I won't shame you for your fetishes this time around.
Thank you.
No, you should shame him for his fetishes. They're pretty awful.
We were saving the shame
No,
for this
see,
fucking
sign.
author.
See, sign, I don't have to shame him for his fetishes because by him acknowledging that I'm not shaming him for his fetishes, he has admitted that it was his fetish.
Fair
But it's
enough.
not.
You thanked me for not shaming you.
Well, regardless if it's mine or not, you're still gonna shame me because you have like zero filter.
Cope.
Yeah, that sounds like a big old Coca-Cola right there, my dude.
You would know. You're constantly drinking on it.
Woo!
I'm drinking on it?
You're constantly drunk on it.
I don't think I'm the drunk one here, bucko.
Your clock wife will never love you. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
You're never even gonna get the clockwife to notice you.
Yeah, and that's just explaining to me that you guys don't understand Clockwife.
I-
Clock wife is best wife.
I'm not saying she isn't. I'm saying you have no chance.
What's a clock wife?
So
Crony.
there is a VTuber called Crony, and part of her slightly exaggerated personality is that she's incredibly narcissistic. And one of the ongoing jokes is if you've ever seen the yes, me, my wife, and the blank in bed meme.
Yeah.
It's the yes, me, my wife, and her $10,000 Dakimura of herself.
Okay.
You know, like common memes for her include hitting on herself whenever she looks in the mirror, shit like that. Yeah. Which is why I find it funny that they're like, "Oh, she'll never notice you." I'm like, "Yeah."
No,
And?
that's my point. She'll never notice you.
And go on.
You can't get her to love you if she never acknowledges you exist.
Was never the point. You see, if you truly loved Clockwife, just being around her would be enough.
Sounds
Damn,
kinda
that's some fucking
nasty.
simptastic thinking.
That is
You have
some
to play
fucking
into the
high
meme.
quality. That is some high quality cope right there. Fucking Christ,
Lamau,
dude.
it's almost like you don't even understand what a joke is. What are you, a liberal?
No.
That took a suspiciously long time.
I'm taking
To
a fucking
answer.
sip of my water.
Uh-huh. That's pretty sus.
I will kill you. I'm going to kill you.
I'm going to send a pipe bomb to your house. In
Nose
real
hair's being
life.
sus.
The pipe bomb has already arrived. Be gone.
Wait, I've got it. The ultimate stem. The pipe bomb.
No, the
Summons a
ultimate
pipe.
the ultimate stand is clearly Amazon. Drone ordered delivery, pipe bomb right to your
Yeah.
face. Jesus Christ, he just goes on and on and on and on and on. Holy shit, he's got a literal
I'm
multi-page
getting
rant
food. Fuck this.
about Tony Stark. Just Tony Stark.
Oh damn, he actually left.
Lamau. Nice.
Understandable.
How does the meme go again? Don't ask a racist what the ethnicity of his girlfriend is. No, Mexis, clearly you just don't understand. We must mix the superior races together to create the Omega race.
No, no.
Yes. Anyway. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just gonna let the clock run out until all the ads are done playing, and then we'll end up for the night. How's that all sound? Yeah? Yeah. Yeah. Are you still getting commissions, Sign?
Yeah.
I'm shocked that the mods are allowing such flagrant support of a ethno-nationalist like you.
Well, I'm getting one that's trying to commission me to write something that sounds a whole lot like bait because of the things he keeps specifically referencing.
Is it
I think
bait
he's
for
trying to-
you or bait for the mods that ban you?
Bait for both.
Oh,
It sounds a whole lot like he's trying to get me to say no to his specific request in such a way as to get myself banned by reporting that conversation to the mods.
You might in this case, I
What?
might suggest just going to the mods about that first. If as dumb as that sounds, because you're kind of stuck in a situation if that's the case.
Just tell him like, hey, this guy's trying to bait me into getting myself banned.
I'm gonna ignore him for now. Oh god, my throat. Yeah, I'm gonna try to ignore him for now and get him to maybe knock it off, but if he keeps up with it, yeah, I'm gonna have to go to them on it.
Like,
Because if he's like deliberately trying to bait you and the mods, it's like you're kind of like in a very precarious situation because the mods already hate you.
yeah.
So it's not gonna take too much, in my opinion, for them to find something to ban you, considering how they ban Noodlehammer fairly easily.
Yeah, I think specifically he's trying to get me to just come out and say I won't write black characters at all, which I won't, but
Well, no.
yeah, he wants it in text so he can point it to the mods and go, hey, look, you should ban him for being a racist.
Wait, why did...
Okay,
Are you
I thought it
allowed
was a
to
lot worse.
say his idea on stream? Or should we wait for me to cancel the stream first?
I'll wait for you to cancel the stream.
Alright.